Welcome again to Match of the Week, in which we squeeze a lot of action into the next 40 minutes and then we take a deep breath and go into extra time. That's because tonight it's the final of the Tolly Cobbold Snooker Classic between Steve Davis and Terry Griffiths. But the football comes first. Our two main games, Norwich City versus West Ham and Manchester City versus Ipswich, so plenty of local involvement there. And we'll see the goals from Nottingham Forest's game with Southampton.
The main headline tonight comes from Wembley, where Liverpool won the Milk Cup for the third year running, beating Manchester United in extra time. Norman Whiteside had given Manchester United the lead. Then after Alan Kennedy's equaliser, Ronnie Whelan won the cup for Liverpool with a brilliant lob in the 9th minute of extra time. Well, Ronnie Whelan the hero, but manager Bob Paisley got the hero's reception. His last Wembley appearance, and he was invited to lead the team up to collect the cup.
Well, it was quite a surprise. I didn't know nothing about it, and then the officials wanted me to go up, and I still didn't think it because the players had earned the cup, and but they wanted me to go up, so I did it really for them.
Were you a bit reluctant? There seems to be a conflicting opinion. Somebody said you ran up the steps, and others say you had to be pushed up there. No, I went up the steps better than they did, actually, because there's a few tired legs there.
Great day for Bob Paisley and Liverpool. Elsewhere, it was a very mixed day for our local teams, and I'll have all the main stories a bit later in the programme.
Well, we start this evening at Carrow Road, and whatever you say about Norwich City, they're certainly not dull. A year ago, it was nail-biting stuff as they battled to get back to the First Division. Now it's just as tense as they try to stay there. Today, another chapter in the survival drama against West Ham. Well, Norwich are making life difficult for themselves by playing well and missing too many chances. Ultimately, that could prove very expensive. Dave Bennett is injured here, which opens the way to accommodate three front players, John Dean, Keith Birchin and Mick Shannon, whose games recently have been restricted because he was cup-tied, but whose brief 20-minute appearance in midweek made a very big difference to Norwich. West Ham's current form isn't so good. One win in the last 11 games after a very impressive start to the season. They've missed Trevor Brooking, and they too have had problems up front lately. One of the reasons why John Lyall sold Sandy Clark and bought Dave Swindlehurst this week from Derby for £150,000. A powerful striker in the David Cross mould, who could well help Paul Goddard out of a depressing run of one goal in the last 20 matches. And the referee is Jeff Bray from Hinckley, Leicestershire. And it's West Ham who kick off. A very strong, blustery wind, which might prove a problem or two for the players, which has helped dry out the pitch considerably after a lot of rain. West Ham with two players, Martin and Devonshire, in the England European Championship squad for midweek, and hoping still for European football themselves as a club. Against Norwich, the smokescreen of the FA Cup has obscured the fact that Norwich have won only 2 of their last 10 league games, or the last 10 in 1983, and there's big pressure on them now. Watson with the throw. Shannon coming towards him, over him. Up goes Parks. And a comfortable catch. Bonds at the back, offside. It's Dave Swindlehurst's first involvement. West Ham playing Swindlehurst and Goddard up front, with Dickens, number 10, has come into midfield, and Orr is also in the side, so he's doing a marking job on Shannon. In goes Barham, not an easy one for him. Off the referee for Devonshire. Mendham's onto him. Oh, and the whistle's gone. Quickly taken by Devonshire to Swindlehurst. He's looking for the return, but Downs is in there first. And if Dean can get this, a lot of space if he can, as Bonds gets over there. He's got Byron behind him. And there's Shannon! No real appeals that had gone over, more like appeals from West Ham that there was a foul there, but he's certainly Johnny on the spot when it comes to these goalmouth situations. Good cross, and he's going in there hard and fast and fairly ruthlessly, and obviously it didn't go over the line, and clearly it was a free kick. Watson Dean, Birchin, Dean. Too close, too difficult, but Mendham bites. Now it's O'Neill with Downs behind him. O'Neill, good one. Good save. Great play as Dean went in on that one, and Parks got a hand to it. Here's Barham and Haylock. Barham with a bit of space. And in goes two Norwich City players, Birchin and Dean, and it was hooked away by the one defender. West Ham wobbling. O'Neill's pass to Downs wasn't quite good enough, but he gets there. Feels for handball against Lampard. Now Downs again. Scrambled away by Orr. Watson, no, it was Haylock got to it first and wasted it. 1 against 1 here. Martin. Neil does well to get that. Dean. No chance of Shannon getting onto that. A little bit of respite for Parks, who certainly was involved in an interesting incident just a few seconds before, when that one was driven across, and a good effort by Dean, but strength got it out. And Walford cuts out well, but can't keep it in. Had trouble keeping himself in as well. Back for Martin, a lot of room. Goddard gets into the area. This is Swindlehurst competing. Goddard now chasing two. Stewart back in. Haylock wins, but it's Dickens coming forward. He can hit him. Oh, it's a great goal. Alan Dickens, who's scored a couple of screamers like this already this season, suddenly comes from nowhere after a fairly anonymous 20 minutes. He latches onto this one and volleys it superbly over the top of Woods for a great goal. The score, Norwich 0, West Ham 1. Alan Dickens, 18 years of age, his third goal, and West Ham in front against the run of play. Birchin bonds with him. Haylock. Dean gets up well. It's Downs coming for it now. Mendham. Birchin, Mendham. Can he hit one? He can, but his balance was going as he went for it, and there was no room there. He did pretty well, really, to keep control of the movement and the ball and eventually get a shot in, because West Ham players are really rushing at them. Mendham again, off balance, and over it goes. Dickens. Mendham is onto him, but nice ball from Pike to Lampard. Pike available again. In for Swindlehurst. Nicely played to Lampard with a good bit of room here. They back off for the deep cross. And there's Devonshire getting in, and there's a good save. But it was Swindlehurst who got the header in the end. Three of them lined up for it. Good cross from Lampard. Swindlehurst very much on target there, and Woods saves well. Well, that was what they bought Swindlehurst for. Martin's on the near post. There's Woods. Oh, he misjudged that one. Swindlehurst again. It's a good cross. Woods again. And Stewart hits the goalkeeper, and that was a good save, and it was a very good drive by Stewart. And West Ham on top here. And out it goes. Well, good saving there by Woods after he found himself in a difficult position coming out a long way. Punched that ball out. Stewart drives it straight back in, and he blocks it. Downs a hopeful one, and surprisingly Devonshire missed it. So give Downs a credit for that. Barham's cross this time, and there's Dean. And bodies flying at that one. But it was Martin who got there first. He's complaining to the referee that he was balked and fouled, but that was a very tricky cross which Parks couldn't get at, and Dean very nearly got to first. But Martin wins. Shannon on the near post, and a good catch by Parks. Used his bulk to see off Dean at the same time. And there's the whistle for the end of the first half, which was really one-way traffic for the first 20 minutes. And then out of the blue came young Alan Dickens with a marvellous shot. That changed the pattern as West Ham got a bit more confidence. They almost had a couple more. Swindlehurst had a good header, well saved. And then Norwich City gradually getting back into their stride, but they're still trailing by that one goal. Half-time, Norwich 0, West Ham 1.